2-minute tip, pulse. 2. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Put the left hand in between. Single taps. Double taps. Do you see? Do it with 4, do it with whatever you want to do. Now, second little tip, I'm going to try and do a quick one inside 1 minute because it's telling me I've only got 1 minute left. I'm going to do 2 stickings. I'm going to go right, left, left. So, right, left, left. And right, right, left. Now, I'm going to put both together. Okay, so what happens is you get this. See those accents there? Now, right, left, left. Right, right, left. Right, left, left, and right, right, left. Perfect! Sometimes what happens when we're behind the drum kit, we are going to be asked a very simple thing by the songwriter of the band. And you're there and you're happy as a lark, playing away, and you're doing a little thing, and what will happen is you'll say, you know, man, I love that new China cymbal you got. Can you play that when I play this chord for the big finish? And you go, yeah, man, it's fantastic, sort of thing. And you're doing it, and he wants it on the 4th beat. So you might have 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 and a. You've got to do the Shane Warne flipper to get there, you know, that kind of thing. There's 2 things. You can chicken out and take that China and put it there, and then you're in trouble for the next song, that kind of thing. Or you use a mixed sticking, okay? So what happens is that, all right, that's my job. I've got to hit that China cymbal on the 4th beat, okay? After a roll, and look, when I'm down here with the big rock, and I'm going, and I go, oh, God, how am I going to get to that? Throw a rock at it or something, you know, that kind of thing. So what happens is that you have to try and figure out a sticking pattern the way that a guitarist would figure out a picking pattern, you see, or a fingering pattern, you see. You know, when you're watching something brilliant by Hendrix at Woodstock or whatever, you probably say, oh man, he's playing it at the 7th fret. And then you see something similar or a similar lick and it's played by Clapton. He's playing 2nd fret. What's going on? You know, different strings. You find out a picking pattern or a fingering pattern, and therein lays the style of someone like a Jeff Beck or one of it. I've just named the 3 classic guitarists, really. Jimmy Page, I may as well add in, and there you go. There's your 4. And just like a guitarist needs his positions, a drummer will need his sticking patterns to sort things out, okay? So, here's my challenge. I've got to put that on beat number 4. So if I'm just playing a normal beat over here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E. This one, 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 and a 4, 1. What was I doing? I'm doing a normal single stroke, and then on the 3 E and a paradiddle, you see? Right, left, right, right. Freeze my left hand to go to the China. Left hand. 4, let it breathe. Back in on the 1. 1, 2, 3 and 4. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4. 1, a paradiddle and. You see? There you go. You don't need to have a China symbol there. It could just be that symbol there on your left-hand side. That kind of thing. One of the things that happened to me just recently is I was doing an end-of-year recital at a university for two of my students. What it was is, of course, there's this humongous kit that just stays here. It's my studio kit for the TV show, recording and all of that sort of business. But I've got a beautiful little white PDP that's my gigging kit. And the poor thing gets flogged. It's a share kit so often and all that. But it's still standing up, and it's got a... I love it. Love it to death. Anyway, but what happens is sometimes when I play a share kit, you're going down the drum kit. No crash cymbal. It's just a ride and a crash and a set of hats. And that's what I had to contend with this recital the other week. It was like I was actually playing Dream Theatre on a basic tiny little 4-piece jazz kit. It wasn't bad. It was pretty flogged, you know, that kind of thing. I could talk about that, but we'll save that for later on with a beer. But what goes on is that all of a sudden this cymbal was missing. No crashes. Now, as you know, with progressive rock and people like Mike Portnoy and people like that, the reason why they have gigantic kits is colour, because that style of music needs colour. Like that, for that kind of music. Now, if I took that out and played, you know, took a kit like this out to a little tiny coffee lounge jazz gig, the word wanker would come up, and rightly so. But the thing about it is sometimes you have to do the opposite. You've got to play music that needs a lot of colour, but you have to homogenize it down to one symbol and all that, and it's just there. Hence, what I had to do a lot of was this. Instead of just going crash, 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 boom, either that or you're swinging away at flies. There's an easy way to do it, sort of thing.